Hello, hello. Testing, 1, 2, testing. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Ooh, I just realized that I've messed up in the title of this. I copy and paste the titles of each of my tarot and chills. And I labeled this one as number 7 and it's actually number 8. Which again, as I've said in the previous tarot and chills, is a huge deal for me. It's huge that I'm like consistent with this. Considering how shy I was at the beginning of this journey. Sorry about the signal. I'm reading in a different place. It's not my usual. Yeah, so you'll have to be patient with the in and outs. I'm so sorry about it. Can't really do much about that. Dealing with multiple pieces of admin in this moment. But I trust the playback will be cute. I do this playback thing every time. Hey, Pearl. Still trying to set everything up. Yeah, signal's gonna be in and out. I'm really sorry. I wish I had a way to fix it right now. But I knew this issue would come considering where I'm streaming, so hopefully it gets better somehow. I'll learn from my mistakes. This is more like a filler tarot and chill, mostly because I didn't do it yesterday, and in excusing my not doing it yesterday, I told myself that I would do it. I told myself, and I tweeted, that I would do it twice this weekend, so one today and one tomorrow. I'm only going to be here for about an hour. I don't expect too many people to be present for this one. I'm also generally not getting the sense that, like, it doesn't really feel like anyone would be seeking right now. I think now isn't really the period to be like to be seeking answers. I don't imagine that anyone would have anything to ask. I think as per what I channeled for my Mercury retrograde reading, because everything is so energetically intense and it's sensitive, you know, I wouldn't suggest that anyone be seeking. I genuinely suggest that everybody do everything that they can to try to be present in the moment. So being present here for this live, that's the signal. But anyway, being present for this live is mostly for me, so that I can maintain the promise of being consistent with these lives, because it means a lot to me, like I've said, that I've been consistent. And I really enjoy doing them. This, however, will be, the signal. is just so trash. And I don't know how to navigate it. I guess this eventually had to happen. I eventually had to have a live stream experience where the signal is absolutely shite. And it really is shite this evening. It's kind of, I don't know. Just like I said in my Mercury retrograde reading, I don't feel as annoyed as I should be. It is what it is. And like I said, I didn't expect this reading to have that much traction or viewers or anyone present, really. I'm mostly doing this so that I can keep accountable to my tarot and chill journey. Thank you, Pearl. I hope you're doing well as well. I really do. Yeah, and I hope that things have been easier in general. And I hope you've been enjoying the warmer weather. I've actually never bothered to inquire where you're based, but I hope that wherever you are, you can feel how warm it's getting. It's been nice for me to feel. And today, the sky literally looked incredible. I think it was around like 4-ish. It literally looked like heaven. It was wild. And I noticed it while I was driving. I was gonna veer off track. If I were the type, I would have stopped on the side of the road and just taken in everything. It was so, so lovely. So yeah, like I said, this is my 8th Tarot and Chill, which I'm very, very excited about. Because that means that I've showed up consistently for this thing 8 times. And 8 is a good number. And this is the most consistent, well, one of the most consistent projects that I've like put my time into. And I really love that I'm doing it. My head, man. I really love that I'm doing this through something that I believe in and something that I actually enjoy doing. And like I mentioned, I think it was like 2 tarot chills ago. I really love that I'm doing something that I don't care about external validation for. I just really, really enjoy this. So whether there's 0 viewers, whether there's like 5, whether there's 100, I'm still so happy to be sitting here and pulling cards, offering readings, creating an image and reputation via YouTube and in the tarot community. Speaking of something actually genuinely changing today. Hi, Nad. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Someone I've been following who is a tarot reader herself but hasn't been posting a lot recently. I'd call her a channeler mostly. She's into a whole lot of different things. She's kind of big in her own way in the spiritual community, and she's based in America. She followed me back this evening, and I've been following her and been aware of her for a really long time. And I know follow backs and all of that don't really mean much, but it's very validating when I can when I can connect with people across the seas. And yeah, when people give me like a nod like that, it's a huge deal. So it was very cool to see that follows you. It's really cool. This Mercury retrograde, why X is rising from the dead? Exactly. Yeah. X's and like past people, past emotional states, past ways of thinking, like huge revisiting. Interestingly enough, though, I don't get a lot of exes revisiting. I guess that's also, it may be because I don't have a lot of exes in general. And honestly, yeah, the few exes who could actually revisit and come back into my life, they wouldn't, because I know them. I know them. I also think that, like, I think relationship-wise, people know my energy. They know my vibe, and they know that when they come into my life, it's not a game. So they'd have to be brave to return. I'm curious to know about everybody else's experience, though, with these exes. Like, what is the deal with their return? I saw someone tweet today about how their ex returned. Their ex has made a return, and she's basically set the table for him, you know, which I love. I love love in general, and I don't think it's all that bad to return to an ex. So I went to 2 temples today. That's lovely. Where are you based? Or where are the temples that you visited? Mercury retrograde is very bad. That is interesting. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me more about why Mercury retrograde has been a bad experience for you? I actually felt very interested to pull some more cards and explore more about the Mercury retrograde energy, because while I did do a reading for it, I also felt like what I delivered, so what I spoke on and what I channeled, I think was a pretty good overarching idea. But what I pulled cards for felt like it only covered the tip of the iceberg of what this Mercury retrograde could bring. So I was thinking of doing the pick a pal reading that I said I would do, but I still haven't been feeling inspired. I felt more inspired, though, to pull cards for everyone present in the chat. If you don't have anything to ask, then I'd love to pull a card for you for what may transpire for you this retrograde, or if you'd like some guidance, because I don't think this is something anyone would need. I think what you need more than anything is to tune into your truth. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Somebody proposed yesterday, told her brother, and this dude messaged me. She felt that I was creeping on her. The brother messaged. She felt that I was creeping. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm understanding the full story of that. You proposed to someone, and you told her brother, or her brother found out, I guess, and then messaged you with details on the fact that she felt you were creeping on her inbox. I don't think I actually understand. I'm sorry. You do Vedic astrology. That's very cool. I'm still finding my way in Vedic astrology. So yeah, anyone who says that they use Vedic over tropical, I am your student. That's fascinating. All right, cool, Pearl. Okay. I'll pull a card. I'll shuffle for you for the Mercury retrograde and see what comes up. If you have a specific idea you want me to pull on, then you can let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull a card for you for the retrograde. Interesting. Pearl, can you tell me about this ex that returned? I'm immediately thinking of him with these cards that have fallen out. It's the King of Swords and the One of Cups, both in reverse. And the King of Swords essentially speaks of somebody who's like really intelligent, a narcissist, basically. A narcissist, a really, really smart one, though, whose intelligence and overthinking and all of that, like, it makes him a narcissist. The fact that he's like really hot-headed and creates truths and overthinks himself into assumptions and things that aren't true. So I'm going to touch on the One of Cups first. Yeah, I did immediately think I immediately linked it to the ex situation that you brought up, but I could be jumping the gun too soon. This speaks of stagnation, a loss of love, inability to connect with feelings, reversal of feelings, for example, when love turns to anger or hate, repression or denial of emotions. And then just to touch on the King of Swords. Interesting. All right. Well then. Okay, I'm curious to know why then that person would pop up in this reading. Let's see. You have the star beneath the deck. So I actually don't even think that this person should matter to you. It seems like they're very... It feels like they're very... Yeah, they're very... They're like... I don't know if this is correct to say. But they love something about you. And they don't... It feels like they're convinced in their minds about the fact about your care for them. Like they take advantage of that. Not take advantage of it, but like, hold on. I'm receiving the frequency of someone who's convinced that they'll always have a way in with you, but they don't actually know who you are. Or they see, when they look at you, it's like they're only considering a past version of you and not who you've like grown into, not who you've become, especially like this year. It feels like they expect you to be a past version of themselves. I mean, a past version that used to give them many chances, but you don't have that many chances for them anymore. This card in reverse... The definition, the interpretation says an intellectual man whose mental gymnastics have become his undoing. He can be emotionally lost, pulling his nearest and dearest into codependency and confusion. He can be viciously angry and destructive. He needs to accept his limitations and ask for help. But yeah, with the rest of these cards, so beneath the deck, just so you know, Pearl, you have the Star, and then you have the Eight of Rods, and then you have Strength. And I think I can stop there via interpreting. I think that, yeah, it just feels like you know yourself already. And this, yeah, it's like I mentioned in the previous, in the Mercury retrograde reading that I just did, where the past returning back, whoever this person is like an NPC character in your story. They're not really there to affect you, but they think they will. The last time we were together, he told me I changed because I was quite cold. Exactly, yeah, right. Yeah. And that's largely what I'm getting with the Star as well, that you are such a changed, much stronger, much more true to yourself, connected to your higher self, connected to your soul person. And yeah, it's not sinking into his head that you're not the same. It's like he sounds extremely manipulative. And like, yeah. I don't know. You know the thing with this guy. It's confusing me because I'm not entirely sure if like I want to say you should stay away from him, but it doesn't feel at all like he's a threat to you because you already know yourself very well by now. So I don't know what he could be doing. Maybe you're a lesson for him. I don't know. Hi, Jasmine. Yeah. I'm still okay, so I guess with these cards falling out then it's more for you to understand or to appreciate your growth. Use what his response was to take note of how far you've come in the inner work that you've been doing. Yeah. To note how far you've come in the inner work that you've been doing. I think this is also like it's like a portal card. I think you've done something by meeting up with him and being able to hold your ground and not allow him to affect your energy. I think you've gone through a portal. And yeah. Something as well about how fast you have transmuted something. You did great shadow work in whatever this interaction was. It was powerful shadow work. So shout out to you. Congratulations. I love it when a woman wins. Love it. Yes, I do, Nad. You can ask anything. You can ask anything. Please ask anything. Everyone present in the chat, please be aware that this is a Tarot&CHILL where I pull free cards, so you can ask anything. And lucky for all of us, I barely have more than like 10 viewers in the chat at a time, so you're more than welcome to ask as many questions as you like. I'm going to be here for about an hour. It's been 20 minutes so far, so we have about 40 minutes left. You are welcome, Pearl. Yeah, Nat, congratulations. We've all been doing a lot of intense shadow work. It's part of why I keep hoping for the rest of us, for the lot of us, to be gentle with ourselves. Yeah, it's not at all easy being alive right now. It's not easy being alive. It's very challenging. So I can't tap into what your best friend feels without your best friend kind of giving me permission to do so. So I'll just pull cards for what your connection is, for what your guys' relationship is, and see what comes up. I believe that when two people come together, regardless of their relationship type, platonic or romantic, when two people come together and decide to interact with each other, they create a third like energy between them. So I'll pull cards for the third energy between you two, but I can't pull cards for A's feelings themselves without A giving me permission to do so. So
hold on, baby. Get socks. Find your socks.
So Nad, you got the Eight of Swords in reverse, and then you got the Knight of Rods. So I'm going to find the interpretation of the Eight of Rods in reverse, but in the meantime, what I'm getting just by looking at these cards is that you two have been through a lot together. You two you've been through a lot of like. Sorry, before I mention it, it has to. Okay. So there's clearly a lot of love between you two. It's just that there's one of you two is too afraid to be fully honest with each other, and I think. Okay, but I guess that has to do with why you're asking in the first place. Why can't you ask if they're your best friend, why can't you ask about what their feelings are towards you? This card speaks of that, of this lack of honesty between you two and how unnecessary it is. You two are very good dreamers together. Something about the way that you two when you two get together and you share energy, it uplifts both of you spiritually. You two are good for each other spiritually. You have the world at the bottom of the deck as well. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that you can't just be honest and ask yourself, you know? So anyway, this card in reverse speaks of negative mental attitudes that can exacerbate hopefully I can be heard. All right, so getting back into it, I was going to say, Nad, that I suggest that you two try the method of getting a book, a shared book between you two, like a shared notebook where you can, thank you, where you can write how you feel. It'll get better eventually. And I leave these lives up for replay. I leave these lives up for replay so that the material will always be there. So anyway, a book to read today. Oh, that's interesting. All right, cool. So, okay, sorry, let me get back to what I was saying. Get a notebook between you two. And in that notebook, write down the way that you two feel. Write any feelings down that you are apprehensive about saying out loud. And then for both of you, you only write your responses in the book. You don't speak about it. I hope I explained that in a way that can be understood. I'm also like in split attention because the signal really is not good. And it's annoying me. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to try say it again. Take a notebook, write down the way that you feel. Writes down the way that they feel. And you both write your responses down in the book. You can't make a deal between you two where you both know that you can't speak about this issue, can't speak about what's written in the book. You can only write it in that notebook. Consider doing that because again, with all of these cards, and then the world, any kind of like lack of freedom of communication between you two doesn't really make any sense. You two are spiritually connected. You are spiritually aligned with each other. So there's no reason for you to be afraid. You really should be able to ask directly yourself how they feel about you, you know? And you can probably feel it actually with the world. The way that you two are spiritually connected, you can feel, you can sense, your intuition can tell you truthfully how A feels about you. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back now. Okay, Nad, I really do think that you should talk to A. I think that you should reach out. Try to disregard all of the arranged to marry and everything and just be honest with each other. Just try a moment of honesty with each other. And try the notebook thing. Hi, Crazy Cast. And Jasmine. Okay, so I'm going to touch on your question first, Jasmine, because I see that you asked, and then Crazy Cast, I'll follow up with yours. I would like to ask if Nick will make a first move towards me. We're currently friends, but my crush for him is growing. I'm afraid to tell him. Okay, if he likes me too, more than a friend. Okay. So as I've told Nat, I can only pull Jasmine on you and Nick's relationship. I can't pull a card on what Nick is feeling or thinking without his permission. So I'm going to pull a card and see. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of cards, Jasmine. Okay. So So I'd also just like to disclose, right, that while I don't really like pulling cards for people who don't grant me permission, sometimes, and it seems like that's the case with these cards that I've pulled out, sometimes because the other person is so connected to you, it's as if I'm pulling cards for them. So just before I continue, I just want to sit with the interpretation of this card quickly. Okay, so Jasmine, it seems like Nick does have like feelings for you, but he's afraid of something. I don't think that Nick is like happy. I don't know. I think he's got something. He's got his own personal mental things going on right now. However, you've got a lot of positive cards that fell, namely the 10 of Cups, which as you can see speaks for itself, which is a lovely card to receive in a connection / romance reading. You have the 9 of Cups, which is awesome. The 9 and the 10 of Cups is really great. You have the World. You have the Hangman. This card specifically encourages you to follow your intuition. So I think you can trust your growing feelings for him. Like, they make sense. They're not misplaced. I think you clearly you feel on some level that you two are good for each other. However, like I said, with these cards, you received the Knight of Swords in reverse and the 8 of Swords in reverse, just like Nad's reading received. And you received Judgment. So there's nothing that you can do right now. I think you'll just have to wait for Nick to come around. Or, no, not for Nick to come around. He needs to process something. Emotionally, he's just not, it doesn't seem like he's in a good place. And yeah, man, I don't know. You two are good for each other. You're clearly good for each other. It's just he's very afraid. Or he's overthinking, or he's just very much in his head. He's armored up. This is him, essentially. Upright, this is the image, by the way. He's adorned with a lot of armor. He's scared to be vulnerable, I guess. And then beneath the deck, there's the 4 of Cups, which speaks of a dissatisfaction of life. Dissatisfied with the material things, like something's missing. Yeah, clearly there was something. Like I said, the cards that fell out, the 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Hangman, all of that, you did feel something. That something you felt was true. It's just, he's too guarded. There's something he still needs to process with his own self mentally. That doesn't actually seem to be, it doesn't seem like you can do anything about that. Yeah, let me just read this card so you can, I guess, try to see into his vibe. I don't know. So this card in reverse, the Knight of Swords, speaks of someone who conceals his true self because he's afraid he would be unacceptable. Sometimes quite dangerous, he is increasingly under pressure, escaping through anger, denial, and projections on the outside world. Says wait. Okay, then wait, Jasmine. Yeah, then absolutely wait. This card references the fact that your intuition knows, your gut knows. It's like you are in spiritual control of your guys' connection. You'll know when the move is. You'll know when to make the move. I want to read also the Judgment card. This speaks of rebirth, a new life, a call to make some fundamental change in your life, to let go all constraining considerations and reach for the heights. Rising above adversity, attainment of some deep, long-held ambition, surrendering to the divinity within you, which I think is what Nick would need to do. So yeah, no telling. I can't... Yeah, turns out there's the answer. I didn't think I could reach into finding that answer. But yeah, like I said, with these cards, you two are clearly very connected. So I could reach in and see the answer. And it seems like something is going to happen first for him to make the move. It's as if God is, I'm sure he felt the feeling too. And it's as if you're saying yes, you've already said yes, but like God or the universe is waiting for him to say yes too. He hasn't said yes yet. We'll have to wait and see about that. Yeah, you'll just have to be patient. But I think that because of how intense this month will be, and there's a new moon coming up next week, I think that you can expect the answer to come by the new moon is on the 24th. So yeah, by the end of next week, I would say something clear will happen. He won't be able, the 24th is on Thursday. So by Saturday, the 26th or 27th, Sunday. It feels like the feeling is so strong, he can't ignore it. So he'll have to answer. And if not, if he doesn't answer, then I think your gut is gonna say something and you'll know. Sorry, I'm going all the way back now, crazy cast. I was in a relationship with my girl for more than 10 years. She broke up with me in 2022, not able to move on. Was hoping that she'll come back. Okay. Crazy cast, I hope you're still present. And if you're not, then I guess you could just rewatch this and try to find your answer in the reading. But I'm going to pull a card for that and see what happens. Oh. Okay, crazy card speed, let me know if you're in the chat. Otherwise I'll just touch lightly on the cards that fell out. So the first one that came out was the Five of Cups, which doesn't altogether say that, like, all right, let me give all of the answers that came out. So you received the Five of Cups, which I think speaks to the pain and loss you feel, the desire to reconnect with her again. But then you received the World and the Ten of Disc in reverse. Yeah, and I think she would also do that during the season, considering it's Mercury retrograde, and a lot of past relationships are doing a thing this season. So it's unsurprising. But I do think that there's still a more grief to process regarding the relationship before doing anything just yet. I'm going to read the Ten of Discs in reverse to you. This card in reverse speaks of the restriction of family expectations, problems within a family or society, estate issues of inheritance or legacies, loss of family, perhaps through divorce or separation. Yeah, it's not speaking to making a move just yet. I think there's still a lot of internal work to do. It's also it's not like, this isn't a hard no. It's just more like there's still more things that need to happen first. Should you even consider returning to her? Maybe one of you are processing some family issues. Or maybe it's family issues that got in the way of your guys' needing to separate, of your guys' connection. I think she's coming to you in a dream, crazy cast, so that you can process the feeling of not being with her anymore. Again, none of these cards are particularly pointing to the fact that you guys are not going to be together. It's just it still hurts, and that's the pain that you need to face. Further on, you received beneath the deck the Ten of Rods, and the Three of Discs. Which speaks of just so more work to do here. This more work to do. And then with these two cards falling out together, in the same reading, the 10 of Rods and the 10 of Discs. The 10 of Rods and the 10 of Discs in reverse. Whatever work that needs to be done, maybe on your side or on her side, feels like a generational thing. Familial thing, generational curses, something very personal has to be processed first before you can think about whether or not to return to her. I would not suggest you reach out to her right now. Don't try to reconcile. However, yeah, you have the Two of Discs that follows up. I can feel how hard that might be to not do and to not think about her. But try to sit in the reality. I'm sorry for the pain that for how painful it feels to yearn for her. But I think that it's necessary that you sit in that reality more of yearning for her, and she will not come back now, no. And you shouldn't go back to her. Each of you have your own personal spiritual work, or not. It doesn't feel spiritual. It feels more like real life. Both of you need to work, either you or her need to work on your material world first. She will not return and you will not return to her. However, I can feel how compelling it is for both of you to be pulled towards each other. You're having dreams about her. I'm sure she's having dreams about you as well. But in this moment, you need to face the fact that you guys are not together. Sit with that. And try to release her and stop hoping altogether whether or not she's going to come back. There's some personal work that needs to happen first. Hi, Queen. I'm still busy with other readings. I have seen your comment. All right, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that she's not going to return. Obviously, in general, things can change. They're always changeable. But with these cards falling out, none of them are pointing to a loss, a processing of sadness, a need to work on your material, work on your money, work on your job, work on getting a new material standing with your life. Maybe a new house, maybe moving house, maybe moving out of your family home. Something that will allow you or her to be yourselves. You two are connected, but it seems like you're not able to separate or to accept the nuance of when two people are connected. They are still connected, but they're not meant to be together. I think that you need to learn how two things can be true at the same time. It may be that you two are still into each other, still connected. You are having dreams about her. She may be having dreams about you as well. But you are not meant to be together. Not right now. And try to release the hope of being together ever and just focus on yourself. Just focus on your own, focus on healing. Focus on healing. Try to let go. Try to sit with the possibility that you'll never get together. How will that feel for you? Sit with that. Allow that to change you. Grow from that, you know? Queen, I'm seeking your comment now. So, Queen, I remember pulling cards for this question, the spiritual attacks. And I remember receiving the answer that you're not being spiritually attacked. So can we start with why you think that you're under spiritual attack? What are your symptoms? What are you experiencing? Maybe you've typed it further in the comments. I'm still looking. Okay, So Queen, I'm awaiting your comments. Please let me know what you think your symptoms are of spiritual attack so that I can understand better. Because again, I remember pulling cards for you and I remember receiving the answer from the cards that you are not under spiritual attack. So I need to know more about what you're experiencing. Crazy Cost, you're not going to die. You won't. It will feel like you'll die, but you won't. It's not going to kill you. And that's part of what you need to process about this. You can survive anything. You're a lot stronger than you think. Jasmine, you're welcome. Thank you for your appreciation. I really appreciate... I mean, we all do. All of us readers, we appreciate being appreciated. All human beings do, right? Okay. Pearl. Yes, my family keeps encouraging me to reconcile with my sister. I've already forgiven her for how she hurt me, but I don't like I need to have a relationship with again. Oh, I don't need to pull cards for that, babe. Just, if you don't feel like it, then don't reconcile with her. Go beyond the pressure. Like, people can't force you to do what you don't want to do. And I hate that as well. I hate when people try to force other people to do what they think is better for them when you know what's better for yourself. Resentment towards me is deeper than it appears. I'm seeking guidance on my third so support me. Okay. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for clarifying. It's like you knew I'd say what I said. It's like you knew I would say what I said. Okay. Okay. So Pearl, this is interesting. I'm not entirely sure like what... I'm not entirely... Yeah, I'm still... I don't know. You received the page... So first you received the Four of Swords. I think that there's no rush to this process. And it's not exact... It's not pointing... Oh, it seems like it's up to you actually. Yeah, seems like it's actually up to you. It's mostly up to you. It doesn't matter peace or not. It's really up to you to decide. But then you received the Page of Discs twice. Earlier on when I was pulling cards underneath the deck, the Page of Discs is where I stopped before pulling more. So I told myself, she doesn't need to see the Page of Discs. But it fell out again. So you clearly need to see it. And beneath the deck, you have the King of Swords and the Devil. And then you have the 10 of Cups. So it seems like it will be beneficial in the long run, but only for you. That's what I'm receiving here. It will help you. It'll help. No, sorry, not for you. Well, I don't know. It feels like it's going to unlock a sense of like unity amongst your entire family. It feels like maybe the separation between you two is causing a perceived rift in them. So it's as if the family's peace is in your control. It's in your hands. So, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know if there's a possibility that like, oh, okay. All right. Overall, Pearl, it will not disturb your peace. With you having received the star earlier, I don't think anything can disturb your peace at this time. At this point, with who you've grown into, I don't think there's anything that can disturb your peace. I think you've done a lot of spiritual growth. So much so that you're in control, essentially, and always. So you can decide what you want. However, with this, I think you should take your time. Sit with the resentment you're perceiving from her. Sit with anything that may be residually sitting within yourself. And then the Page of Discs, I'm going to read the interpretation of. And then you can sit with that because it's very, it was so insistent. Yeah, this card made sure to come out. It really wanted to be seen by you. It says a thoughtful, quiet person who reveals themselves as unexpectedly earthy, witty, and perceptive. May have been badly hurt in the past and tends to ward off superficial contact. Financial issues may be an abiding concerned humanist. Just hold on. Yeah, man. I think the decision is totally up to you, essentially. I'm still not entirely sure why this card insisted on being seen by you, because it more just speaks on you. It's not like it's giving any advice. So, I don't know. Strange. Queen, I saw your statement and I was saying that I remember pulling cards for you. And I remember pulling cards for the spiritual attack question. And I remember the cards responding back to say that you are not under spiritual attack, that it's more a personal infliction. It's as if your own mind or your own perceptions of what's happening is stressing you. It's like you're spiritually attacking yourself. So that's what the card said then. I'd like to understand more about what you're processing regarding the spiritual attack. I don't want to invalidate your experience. I just want to understand why you think you're under spiritual attack. I hope that came across in a way that can be understood. I'm not trying to invalidate you or deny your experience. I just like to be clear on why you think you are under spiritual attack. I will await your comment. Crazy cast. It shouldn't matter whether or not she is in a new relationship. I think that the way that you're handling your perceptions or the way that you're handling how you feel about your ex is too intense. You're becoming a bit obsessive, which is not useful for you or her. I think you really need to focus on yourself. So I'm going to deal with Queen's question first before trying to pull cards for you. Again, you guys are separated right now. So I can try pull cards, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to get insight on her life without her giving me permission first. Especially since you two are separated right now. I really don't think it's necessary for you to find out that kind of information. I don't think it should matter whether or not she's in a relationship. I think you need to focus on yourself. So Queen, I hope you heard me. Please, can you give me more insight on your experience of a spiritual attack? Why do you think this is happening? I saw you say that you felt it happen on your solar plexus, someone trying to put you in a negative timeline. Please tell me more about this experience. I'll pull cards in the meantime as I'm not seeing any comments and also my signal sucks. Yeah, Queen, you received the Strength card. I think that what you think is a spiritual attack is just you needing to do shadow work and face yourself. Face your terrors, face your night terrors. I think it's your subconscious. I don't think you're under spiritual attack. I think your subconscious is trying to tell you something about what it is that you need to heal. I'm going to read the interpretation of the Strength card. This says, Release and resolution of unconscious material, your deepest fears, confusions, desire, anger, sexual urges, their transformation into spiritual energy. Emerging from difficulties with increased inner strength and endurance. Courage, hope, calm assertion. I think, Queen, you should consider doing... Are you a religious or spiritual person? Consider meditation, prayer, working with a glass of water, where you place a glass of water by your bed and you pray over it to give you instruction on either to protect you, because again, I don't want to invalidate. If you feel like you're being spiritually attacked, then you would need to take measures to protect yourself. So take a glass of water, pray over it, put it by your bedside at night, and give it the instruction to protect you during your sleep. And give it an added instruction to let you understand more about your subconscious, because I feel like there's a lot of subconscious inner work that needs to be done with this whole spiritual attack thing that you're going through right now. That's been happening, because again, I say I remember pulling cards for this issue for you. I remember it very clearly. Crazy cast? Yeah. I really think that this is a very obsessive question. I would rather pull cards for you to understand what it is that your next move should be. Because I think that that's more what you need to focus on. Not so much on what she's doing, more on what you can do to be more yourself. Because it doesn't feel like you're yourself right now. It feels like you're very... You're extremely overcome with thoughts of her and thoughts of your guys' relationship. So I don't think that not getting answers to these questions... I think that your need for control is actually what's taking a toll on your mental health. Because there are some questions that simply don't have answers. And in life in general, you'll have to learn how to be okay with that, because not every question has an answer. Yeah, Crazy Cost, you need to move on. You need to move on. I think the image of this card speaks for itself. This literally speaks of moving on, moving house. And this card speaks of striving for achievement. I think you need to you need to get your mind off of whatever it is that whatever all these questions are that you need answers to. You need to find something to do. Set some goals for yourself. Use your masculine energy and find something to achieve. Find something to do. Get a new skill to learn. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter right now. Whatever she said doesn't matter right now. You need to focus on yourself, dude. You have the star at the bottom of the deck. You really need to focus on yourself. It's so serious. I don't know how else to tell it to you. There's no other... you have the One of Swords, which speaks of needing to find some kind of mental clarity. And then you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. You're being too upset. You're being almost suffocating with this desire to get back with her. You have to let go. You have to let go. Whether or not, or whether she will, you have to let go and focus on yourself. You have to focus on yourself. No one knows the future. Are you a water sign? Are you into astrology? You got Scorpio somewhere, or Leo or something like that? You're very passionate, which is lovely, but it's like you're using your passion on the wrong thing. So I am actually past the time limit that I said I'd be doing this. So I think I'm gonna just, what can I do? I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Let's change the vibe. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, maybe like 10 more minutes. Be present for any more questions, and then I'm gonna end the live. I didn't want this to be long, and it's really late where I'm at. Yeah, I didn't actually energetically prepare for this. But you can catch me again tomorrow afternoon my time. I'm based in South Africa, by the way, in case you didn't know. So I'll be on between the hours of 12 and 5 South African time. So you'll be able to catch me then. Should there be any questions that I did not get to in a satisfactory way. Yeah, you're welcome, Crazy Cause. I'm sorry about how you're feeling, because I know exactly how you feel. That's why I asked if you're a Scorpio, because I'm a Scorpio and I know this feeling. I know exactly what this is. And it took me years to learn how to channel my energy into something else and try to let go of connections that I was so convinced were like made for me, were like mine, you know? It's a difficult lesson, but you have a lot of power to you that's being misused. So I hope you can get around to using it properly and realizing yourself, you know? Feels like you've got a lot of really great ideas, a lot of like really awesome, groundbreaking, like, yeah, new ideas. Just do stuff, create stuff, make things. Yeah, I understand that. I totally get it. I really do. Yeah, man. Let it kill you, metaphorically speaking. Let it kill you. That is how it feels. It does feel like you're gonna die, but you don't die. You really don't. Hi, Queen. I don't know if you were present for when I'd pull cards for you. I'll have to remember what it was now, sorry. Oh, the strength card fell out. The strength card. And I read the interpretation and I said that I think that what you need to do is to practice spiritual work. Queen, I'm talking to you. I'm answering your comment. You need to practice some spiritual work so that you can get to unlocking parts of your subconscious, because it feels like the root of the spiritual attack is on the level of you needing to learn more about yourself. It feels like you're bigger, you're more powerful than whatever the spiritual attack is. You just need to get serious about your spirituality. I can, but I'd like to end soon, so I can only make space for like 1 or 2 more questions. I also like 1 or 2 more questions and or 5 more minutes, because I'm not fueled up right now. So please, can you be more detailed about how to answer this question? I don't see how cards can answer what you're asking here. Queen, how old are you? May you please share your age with me? Sorry, my signal is pretty bad. But I hope you heard my question. I want to know, Queen, how old you are. Please tell me how old you are. Knowing about your age, Queen, will help me understand the kind of lessons that you are processing so that I can get more intel on like the whole picture, including the thing with your mom, the questions you asked about the various people you had a crush on the last reading. Oh, I see. All right, I can feel that. Okay. So I just want to, let me just find a thing for you. Because I think that yeah, I need to figure out, I'd like to think about how to answer this question because I'm not understanding how I can pull cards for what it is that you're saying. I can't tell you why it is that everybody's like acting possessed. I don't think it's about past life karma per se. I think it's just about the lessons that you're learning right now, which feels like it has more to do with you valuing yourself. And detaching. Like, obviously, there are people who, in life or death, they definitely would care about you. It's just that they're not behaving in a way that you expect, or they're not behaving in a way that helps you understand that you're loved, but you're still loved. People aren't always going to behave. People can't read your mind. People won't be able to read your mind. Hi, Carrie. Oh, you're coming at the very end of my reading. I was just about to end it. But I hope you're well. Sorry, Queen. I'm just finding something that I would like. That I'm just trying to... That I think might help you understand what it is that you're going through during this year of your life. It feels like you're going through a lot of... I don't know. It feels like you're very distracted and like you're all over the place. And you need grounding. But the grounding is up to you. You have to be able to ground yourself. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a... 17 is a hectic age to be. It's very hectic. Internet is just so slow. Yeah, so, Queen, when you're 17, you're not actually that grounded. You think it's awkward because it's like that's the age where you're so certain that you know things and that you know like everything you need to know about your own self, but you don't. But I understand what you're saying. If you think you're grounded, then I trust that. It shouldn't throw you off, though. Okay. So that's the thing about being grounded, right? If you were grounded, then no one would be able to throw you off. I hope that makes sense. No one should be able to throw you off if you're grounded enough. And it's okay not to be grounded. Like I said, 17 is a really hectic age to be. It's intense. And I don't think that teenagers in general, throughout time, even me as a teenager, there weren't enough people around me giving me credit for, or supporting me rather, for how intense it is to be a teenager. Sorry, the signal is, yeah. I'm so sorry about the signal. I'm going to save the playback, and the playback will catch every bit of what I'm saying. Yeah, no, my signal is so shit right now. I'm very sorry, everyone. I should actually have stopped this live a while ago. But I really do want to leave this with... I want to find the perfection year that you're in, Queen. If you can Google this, I'm going to type in the comments. Yeah, man. This is annoying. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But why do you still have your microphone?
Because I'm still recording.
Are you done recording still?
How do I explain this?
And look.
Sorry about the signal. I know I'm breaking up and I can see that it's bad. I'm considering ending the live very soon. But like I said, there's some information that I want to share with you, Queen, regarding your perfection year. Sixth house. Okay. So, Queen, I'm typing a phrase for you that you should Google and read up on regarding everything that you're processing during this year of your life so that you can understand what you're learning. If you Google that I've typed in, if you're still in the chat, you'll be able to find all the themes that you should be facing during this year of your life that will probably have to do with all the issues that you've brought up, not just in this reading, but in previous ones. Hopefully they help. Yeah. Sorry, everyone, for the quality of this reading. The internet quality, it really sucked and was annoying, and I understand that. But like I said, no, perfection. Perfection with an F. And I understand... lost my train of thought. I understand how annoying it is when the Wi-Fi sucks. So like I said, I'm going to save this live. You'll be able to hear everything that I say after if you're interested in sitting through an hour or just catching all the bits that you think are your reading. And like I said, I'm going to be doing another reading live tomorrow. I said between 12 and 5 p.m. my time. Try to look out for me via social media. I normally announce about 30 minutes ahead of when I go live, that I'm about to go live, so you'll find me. And tomorrow I'll be on longer, so yeah, you'll definitely catch me in that 2-hour interval. Carrie, if you're still present in the chat, I send my love. I'm sorry, like I said, to know that you're not doing well. And I understand. Yeah. As long as you're trying your best, you know. I don't know. What can we do? And yeah, I will see you tomorrow.